Hello, and today I'm just going to go over a quick preview of what I'm planning to do with my y-axis. It's nearly finished now, and that doesn't quite look like it. I've got most of the bits here already. Let's go through them. What I'm using is a T5 belt, which is a 5mm pitch, 10mm wide belt, which I got from RS Components. A T5 pulley, which I also got from RS Components. That was with a 4mm inside bore, and I drilled it out to 4.8 to fit my stepper motor. I'm also using two brackets, which are just a 40mm wide angle bracket, which I've cut out. This was a failed attempt for the motor side. I found out when I was making it, I'll better fit it onto the rubber itself, that the inside diameter there, well, all the holes there, are actually 10mm up to the edge too far. The original idea was that the back of the motor was going to be hard against the wood. That's why I was out that far. But it turns out I needed the extra space for the other side, so I had to push it back and readjust my thinking. That was okay because I just made another piece and it works out just fine. I've already put it on and it works out just right. So the way I'm using it is I've got some bits made up. This is just an example of what I'm using for the y-axis bearing. The triangle piece in the middle was made up by a friend of mine at Next Window, a very smart guy, and it's just a piece of aluminium with holes in virtually every side, so I can mount something on that side which has got the linear bearing, and here which is going to have the 3mm thick 20mm angled aluminium, which will go across the cross brace. And for the bearings, here's one I made up earlier. You can see that the one I had made up before was a forward piece of aluminium in the middle, which didn't work out. Hence, I went down to the idea of just using a triangle piece and having the centerpiece cut out entirely. If you're interested to know, the height of that between my finger and thumb is 25mm. And it's just a square piece which was cut in half. And over here, this is the setup I've got for the belt tensioner and guide. So what I've got here is just an M8 bolt with a few M8 nuts, M8 washers, and a couple of round bits of plastic which I had made up last night, which will guide the belt through. Now, these bits here are bushings which I've made up as well last night. They're for 6mm inner diameter and 8mm outer diameter, specifically for fitting into these bearings, which are just straight skateboard bearings, which I got from Cheapskates in town. They cost like $30 for 8, which is absolute bargain compared to buying them from a local bearing shop, which charge you earth. So the plan was to have these fit inside. Now these won't fit right in right now because they are an interference fit, and I'll need to fit them in at work when I have a vise at hand. But they do fit, so that will come out something like this. Now, this works out really smoothly, and with the other side done as well, which we'll get onto later in the day, I will have two bearings up. They'll be tensioned up with the cross beam, so that both sides are equal in tension, so it won't have any slack in it. At least that is the plan anyway. Alright, so this is just a quick overview of my plan for the y-axis. very strange but enjoyable process of building a 3D printer. Just one last thing, if anyone's interested to know locally, this stainless steel rod, I bought that from Micrometals. They're in Onehunga. They charged about $75 for 4 meters, which was fine because when I costed up the rod for this robot as well as the eventual Mendel, I needed about 4 meters, so it went out just right. And I just asked them to cut it in half, and so I could transport it home. Alright guys, have a great holiday and Merry Christmas.